Hey guys, so today we are cooking beef sukiyaki, I think I'm saying that right, and I've been seeing a lot of comments about how prep time seems unreasonable, so I'm actually going to take you through the whole process of prep and everything. Alright, so first things first, we got noodles that gotta get cooking, so we're going to turn stovetop on and get this to a boil. While that goes, I'm going to slice up some meat and everything else nice and thin, and take it from there once I get the camera set up in a proper way. Alright, so we're going to need to throw a little bit of sesame oil into this pan. Ooh, it's new sesame oil. That's exciting. Now the prep time on this says 10 minutes, so let's see if we can actually make that happen. Got that going, turn it on, and now we're going to start slicing our meat down to whatever the desired thickness is. And once that's all sliced down, we're going to take it, obviously toss it into the pan, which should be hot by the time I'm done slicing, and get a nice brown to it. Now, while I do all of this, obviously, it's still partially frozen. Obviously, the water in the pot for the noodles will be going. Once that hits a boil, we're just going to toss the noodles right in and let them sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, depending. You know, pull them out, test them, see how soft they have gotten. And once those are done, well, we'll probably be on to other ingredients, caramelizing onions and stuff. But that's the thing. Things like noodles, if you are needing to prep those, get the water boiling and then work on the other stuff. That way you got two things going at once and you really don't need to watch a pot of water boil. I think there's even a saying about that. Something about a watched pot never crashes or something. I don't know. It's an old NASCAR phrase. So, pile of beef in the pan. The pan is not hot enough yet. That's okay. It will get there. Now, whilst that browns, I'll do the right thing. Rinse the cutting board. Do a nice wipe down. And then slice up some onion. The only thing I've done for prep is taking the onion and peel it. That's it. That took me like 30 seconds, so you guys can penalize me 30 seconds of prep time over the total. Pretty sure this can be done in the allotted time. And I am now realizing I have forgotten to remove mushrooms from the fridge. No big deal. I'll grab those and continue. The key with prep is work within your confidence level. If you are not confident about your knife skills, don't go super fast. I did that once, and missing part of my thumb. It was a bad idea. So, let's mushrooms. Now, the recipe calls for shiitake mushrooms. I was lazy and didn't buy shiitake mushrooms, so we will be using portobello mushrooms. That tastes just as good. Also, I don't have any snow peas, as the recipe calls for, so we have sea beans. Anybody ever heard of these before? I don't know. They look cool, so I got them. Now, fortunately, the mushroom doesn't actually need to be cooked, I don't think. Check my recipe here. Add main soy mushrooms. Oh, the mushroom doesn't need to be cooked. Ignore what I just said. So, container for mushrooms, slice them down, and then just toss them back in the container. I'm beginning to realize that you may not be able to hear me properly over the sound of the meat frying up. If that is true, sorry, but cooking is more of a visual than an audio medium anyways, so I think you guys will be fine without hearing my dry, sarcastic humor. If you can hear me just fine, then, ignore the stuff I just said. So, yeah, I would say this is part of the secret to prepping. Stuff is cooking, I am also prepping. This mushroom is huge. Those of you that like mushrooms, there's something really satisfying about cutting them. They cut, I would say, the way you would think like a cartoon piece of meat would cut. You know how cartoon meat always looks like absolutely perfect when it's cut? That's how mushrooms actually cut. So, slice it down a bit more. So they're not too giant. Obviously, I am nowhere near professional level chef cutting capacity, but get the mushrooms in here best I can. Spill a bunch of stuff, it happens. Boom, boom. There we go, mushrooms. Once this meat is fully browned, we will be setting it aside. It is not there yet. So, while we continue to wait on the meat, what we can do is prep some of our liquid ingredients if you have time. Now, the recipe calls for a tablespoon and a half of mirin. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take what I need, pour it in this container so it is ready when I need it. One, half, boom. That's done. What else goes in here? Sesame oil, mirin. That's it? Oh. No, this calls for soy. Alright, so that's something I missed when I was writing my recipe down. So I'm going to assume a tablespoon of soy sauce. I could be wrong on that. But I said I would do this way, so that's what I'm doing. That's still brown in it. We also need 3/4 cup, or 1 3/4 cups chicken stock. So what I do for that is I just get really hot water, mix it with chicken bouillon. For those of you that don't have chicken stock laying around. Again, we got time because the meat is still cooking. So we're just going to put our chicken stock mixture in this bowl. And then that'll be ready. You can combine prep and cook times and make things go a lot smoother for yourself. Granted, you end up looking like a bit of a hurricane going through the kitchen, but it does work. That is a bowl of hot water. Into this bowl of hot water, we add our chicken bouillon. I believe it is a teaspoon per cup. So, I lost my teaspoon quite some time ago, so I used half teaspoon. Where's our tablespoon? I don't remember. Oh, that's a teaspoon. So, 1, 2, 3, and like 3 1/2. Stir that up really quick. Boom. That's done. Where are we at on this? we are at almost at 10 minutes now. Now that is prep and cook time combined. Steak is almost done cooking up. I am going to pause the video while I caramelize the onions, because that's just going to be 10 minutes of me staring at a pan. I don't think that's very interesting for you guys, but all the prep is done now. It has been just under 10 minutes, and the steak's almost completely cooked, so I think we're doing pretty well. I'm going to pause really quick, take the steak off, and start caramelizing the onions. Okay, so the onions just got tossed in. That's going to take like 8 to 10 minutes apparently to caramelize. Just trying to make sure none of it sticks too hard to the pan. This water has started boiling. There's the steak. Since this is boiling, I'm going to toss all my noodles in there and then set them aside for 3 to 5 minutes. We're using thin rice noodles. So this part's very simple. If you have 2 hands available, I'm using one, which complicates the hell out of this. Take that off the burner. Take the noodles. Make a giant mess. Noodles are in the hot water. They're going to sit there for, like I said, 3 to 5 minutes, and then they will be basically done. Alright, onions caramelized. Now we are going to add our stock. Let that come to a boil, which, considering how hot the pan is basically instant. And then we are adding, we're adding the mirin soy combination, boom, and the mushrooms. Man, that's a lot of mushrooms. And we're going to let this simmer for a few minutes, and then it's basically done. And here we have the finished product all prepped. Not bad, right? You guys should give it a shot. Let me know what you think.